something's got to be addressed here so that it doesn't look like this is going to be bad. This video, I wore my GoPro on my head. That's up here, okay? But my eyes are down here. So when I'm driving my truck, keep in mind, I can see out of my truck just fine. The angle of my GoPro being up here makes it look like I can't see out of my truck. It looks like I'm looking at the sun visor, and when I look to my right, it looks like I can see the ground and not the road coming at me. I promise you 100% I can see. I drive that truck all the time. I can see out of the truck. I just want to make a statement that I can see. The GoPro's view is different than my perspective from where my eyes are to up here where the GoPro's at. And then the GoPro has a much wider range that it can see, like all around. I've noticed the GoPro has a large amount that it can see versus, a person or, the camera on your phone or something normal. It's got a much wider perspective. And so sometimes that distorts, and then of course it's higher than where my eyes are at. But between the wide perspective and then where it's at on my head versus where my eyes are at makes it look like I can't see out of my truck. But I promise I can see just fine out of my truck. I'm not a danger to myself or anybody else. I just wanted to clear that up. Wanted to clear that up before the video, not after the video, because I'm going to have all these comments. You can't see out of your truck. You're too tall. No, I'm not too tall for my truck. The GoPro is too tall for the truck. I can see just fine. And I can see out of my mirrors and everything, and this is addressed in the other videos where I wear my GoPro. I use my turn signal, I use my mirrors and everything. It doesn't pick all that up, especially not on my old truck, because there's a little light bulb that flashes when my turn signal's on, and from the perspective of the camera, you can't even see that little light bulb. So you can't really tell I'm using my signal, but I'm using it, and I'm using my mirrors, and I look both ways. I'm not a danger. I can see. The camera just can't see, but I'm not the camera. The camera's not operating the vehicle, so we're safe. Just wanted to clear that up. Something else I should clear up. This is after I've edited the video and everything. I'm not going 100 miles an hour. Obviously, if you look at my truck, it's not gonna, go crazy fast because it's an old truck. I'm not going real fast. This is something else I've addressed in the other GoPro videos. If I'm driving whatever it would be. I don't know what it is about the GoPro, if it's the wider perspective of it or what, but it makes it look like I'm going a lot faster than I am, especially through town. There's a lot of, there's a post or a tree or what have you, going past, that stuff is shooting past, and I'm not going as fast as what that GoPro makes it look like I'm going. I'm not shooting through town or, the GoPro just the GoPro makes it look like I'm going fast, but I'm not. And again, that's addressed in the other GoPro videos as well. I should just do a video about the things that look false on my GoPro, because obviously makes it look like I can't see, makes it look like I'm going fast, makes it look like I'm not using my signals. It just doesn't pick up the lights for the signals, and then it makes it look like I'm going fast. I promise. I know I've already said this, but I promise I use my mirrors. One of my biggest pet peeves is people not using their signals. So I use my turn signals, I keep my signal on when I'm pulled over the side of the road because that Studebaker doesn't have four-way flashers on it. So it looks like I'm doing even less in the Studebaker. I'm not doing anything less. I'm actually more cautious in that because it doesn't get up and go like a normal vehicle does. Part of that's because it's old, and part of that's because it's a manual. So it just takes some time to get going. So I just wanted to address that I'm not as, I don't want to say reckless, but the camera makes it look like I'm not as good of a driver as what I think that I am. You know, I don't speed. Actually, I usually drive pretty slow. I have people pass me all the time, and that's not just in the Studebaker. That's in whatever I drive. I'm always having people pass me. But that just doesn't really bother me. They can get the ticket, but I don't want the ticket. So I'm not actually going as fast as what the GoPro makes it look like I'm going. I was not going 30 miles an hour down my driveway. I promise you. You'll see what I'm talking about when you watch the video. Just me editing the video, I'm like, oh, I better let everybody know I can see out of my truck and that I'm not going crazy fast. So enjoy the video and keep in mind that I can see and I'm safer than what my GoPro makes it look like I am.
So, we're going picking today. Neighbors got some stuff out, and then there's a couple people around that I saw stuff at. I played you. We're not taking this today. Taking my truck. It's a nice day out. Might as well get something done we don't normally do. First things first, we want to open the windows up because this truck heats up like crazy. And since I'll be getting out of the truck quite a bit, looking at stuff, I can't open this window because when I open up my vent window, I bang it into my mirror. Because you can see when the door clicks so that it doesn't shut on me when I get out. It's close to the mirror. It doesn't touch the mirror, but it's close to it. So with the window open, it bangs into my mirror, and then I gotta adjust my mirror. Turn my lights on, as always. Just see the grill. Oh no, TV's still there. doesn't do any good to have one glove on, does it? Okay, I was just making sure nothing's really sloshing around right there. Since we're stopped and there's nobody coming though, I am going to go ahead and push this stuff up farther. Got all the school buses lined up over there. I have to kind of guess because my speedometer doesn't work. I'm probably going about 20 miles an hour, which obviously is below 35, but since I can't really give a real accurate reading of how fast I'm going because my speedometer doesn't work. So I just go slow, and you know, if I know I'm going lower than the speed limit, I'm not as worried about it. If I'm not sure because I'm going faster, then you know, kind of worries me. But even if I was accidentally speeding, it would still be speeding. So as long as I go slow, I know I'm below 35. I'm pretty much coasting right now in third gear. There's the garbage truck coming at us here. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Alright, since that garbage truck came this way, the TVs I saw may not be there. Usually they don't pick up that sort of thing though. Oh no, it looks like they're still there. Yep, they're still there. That's good. Nope, all three of them still there. Okay. Oh, that's where I should have turned around at. That's an old door there but it's missing the bottom panel. I don't know. It's broke pretty bad. I probably wouldn't get that. This one's a computer, I think. It's too... This I'm not looking forward to carrying across the way to my truck. Alright, I can't get that one. Too heavy. When things are too heavy, you just gotta leave them, because they're not worth getting hurt over. Wait till this truck comes by here. So I guess I'll mention, I hope you can hear me over the wind, it's not actually trash day. I just saw those TVs out, and so I decided to pick them up today rather than you know, wait until trash day and then they might not be there. Now the bigger one that I didn't get was just stupid heavy. It'd be what the appliance companies call a team lift unit. with the team lift units, that means it takes, I don't know why my truck is shifting like that, but the team lift means it takes more than one person to lift it up, and that TV was definitely a team lift truck, team lift TV, because people, you know, like my dad or somebody that's really strong, they could lift that up on their own. I can't lift that up on my own, but you know, it's not a big deal, because when they're real heavy like that, not only are they hard to get up in the back of the truck, but they're hard to move around, and until you find a place to put them, they're getting moved around, and I don't really like that. So I'm actually not disappointed that I couldn't get it, just for the simple fact that this wouldn't be the only time I'd have to move it. I'd have to move it again later on. You know, when I take it over to my grandparents, because that's where most of my TV collection is at. Hold on a second. Most of my TV collection's over at my grandparents, and since it is, that means that I have to take it over there. So then I have to find a place for it over there. Make sure nobody's coming here. We're still moving. Tempted to get those chairs that our neighbor Joe had out, but I don't know. Like I said, it's not trash day. I know we saw the garbage truck, but it's not trash day, so I got time to think about it. I probably won't get them, but I thought I'd try. Gary. What I'm going to do is back up behind the Tahoe and put them in there. Obviously, no power steering. Good grief. Good enough. When your rear view mirror is that small and you only got one other mirror, you can somewhat back up where you need to be. dear. Well, that's not good. My hook is caught. Put the computer and then Joe's TV will probably go in there first. So what's Joe's TV? Joe's TV is a Brocksonic color TV VCR combination. It's got the VHS player in it. Slide is round as well back here. The computer is a Smith Corona computer. Smith Corona, made in Korea. Nope, sometimes they have a year. Manufactured July 1993. Had a feeling it was probably the early 90s or the late 80s. That one may work. I don't know. This plastic thing is loose. And we have a Memorex color TV with DVD player from August 2007. And our big guy here is a Super Scan. This is a good TV. It's got a DVD and a VHS. That's a good TV. Man, I'm curious if this one works. It is a Super Scan, which I mentioned, from September 2004. The other thing that made that big one so awkward, that one I couldn't pick up, was there was no handles on it. You know, most TVs have handles right here. Nope, that's gonna flop over. How do we make this not flop over? Put the heavy side into the wall, and that way it doesn't fall over. You can also get these bungee cords I have in the back of my truck. Do a little something like this to get a screwdriver and pry that hook up though. But before we do that, we have one more thing from Joe, our neighbor. We have the Pioneer DVD player. From, I think this one's probably pretty new. Oh no, October 2001. Figured it was a little bit newer than that. cords here. Whoa! I think I'm gonna spin this around that way. And then something needs to go. Not necessarily. You just need to. I'm trying to move these around so that these bigger ones here don't bang into everything. Okay, there's my other hook. So I can't tie this one down, but I can tie the big one down, which it seems to want to rock back and forth more. So I'll get a screwdriver and try to pry up those hooks. Screwdriver out of my drawer here. Be some kind of flathead. I just don't know. You want to talk about trying to guess if it's a standard or a Phillips, try working on my Studebaker. Originally it would have had all standard, which is what these are, but you know, it's old, so it's been redone a little bit, and whoever put it back together only replaced some of the screws. You gotta scoot over so I can get over here. And because of that, it makes it kind of hard to figure out what screws what tools you're gonna need if you're working on something. Okay, we'll take the longer one here first with the carabiners on it. Wrap it around. Oh, and hey, look, we don't need the other one. Just enough. I have to dry that out there. That seal came down and got leaked in. What are we hitting? Are we hitting the TV? No, we're hitting the cardboard, which has about 4 TVs on it, so I'm just going to fold it up. And our seal is back in there. Put my tools away. So I guess I'll tell you right now, because this will be the end of the video. There's probably be a part 2 to this over at my grandparents, where I figure out where to put all those TVs. But for now, just remember, like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Who knows what we'll be doing? We may be putting those TVs away. We may be doing something else. You never know.